Boxing, a combat sport in which two people usually wearing protective gloves throw punches at each other for a predetermined amount of time in a boxing ring. While humans have fought in hand-to-hand combat since the dawn of time, the earliest evidence of fist-fighting sporting contests date back to the ancient Near East in the 3rd and 2nd millennia BC. Zimbabwe has had its fair share of successful boxers both in the local and international arena. At one time, boxing in Zimbabwe was popular as soccer, if not more. To date, it remains arguably the most popular sport after soccer in which people are prepared to pay entry for their entertainment fix. But to earn the right to demand an entrance fee, what constitutes a good boxing match? Ideally, the people behind the scenes that make boxing possible.
The most important person when it comes to boxing is the boxer, him or herself. One of the both for us to be here is because of the boxer, the athlete. So it's one of the key players when it comes to the boxing business. Besides the boxer, we also have the trainer.
Anyone who's seen Rocky or $1 Million Baby, or Manucci for that fact, knows the significance of a good boxing trainer. But what exactly do these trainers do?
As coaches, we are identifying boxers in the streets, in the community, and we bring them into the training, and we prepare the boxers such that we have got a good flowing of boxers. Those who are coming out of boxing, or bringing in other boxers into boxing.
The trainer plays a very pivotal role in a boxer's life because the trainer acts more as a parent, more as a trainer, more as a manager, because if you see what the boxers go through here in Zimbabwe, it's not easy. Only us trainers will understand. It's because we have a one-on-one interaction with them.
So you as a coach, you have to monitor your boxer. That for tomorrow, he mustn't humiliate you. You know what I mean? Asakunyadzise pane vanhu.
It's not only teaching them how to fight, also how to live and interact with other people. Saka, as a coach, every time you will become like a role model. How do you behave, you yourself as a coach?
Contrary to common belief that boxing is a violent sport and that the role of coaches and trainers is limited to only whipping boxers into shape and encouraging them to throw vicious punches during a match, there is so much more to boxing training. Through the knowledge of local trainers, Zimbabwe can boast of many great boxers, the likes of Aragoma Chiponda, Derek Chisora, Tamsanka Dube, Alfonso Zanyika Lambada, Proud Kilimanjaro, and Charles Manucci.
To the two, Leisha's counter-attack.
Consistently, Zimbabwe continues to churn out talented boxers both locally and internationally with the help of these local coaches.
I've had an interest in part in my journey. When I went with Tinei Marizo, we were given short notice as well. I think like 2 weeks for him to fight for the WBO Intercontinental title, and it was in Joburg. We trained beyond our words. It was quite challenging. The amount of training we did, I was so confident that even if they still have the records that stand in South Africa with the Soweto Times, because I remember they're the ones that did our interview with SuperSport, and I told them the predictions. I said, if there was any super middleweight at the time to stand toe-to-toe with Tinei, I'll take my hat off for them because he was super prepared. And if I can remember correctly, the fight lasted 86 seconds in the first round. Yeah, we won by knockout and we attained the belt. And the following year we went and we defended the belt. Yeah.
Usually I don't believe in losers. I don't believe in losing. When my boxer is knocked out, I feel bad. And it also gives me a lot of time to motivate again, to come back from that defeat. Some of the boxers, they usually leave after a defeat. He's winning all the way and he gets knocked out and he's beaten. So to motivate him back again, it's also my duty as a coach.
You get the ups and the downs are like no trainer wants his fighter to lose. I've had a few losses with my fighters, and it really, you also need therapy. You need need to be motivated, and it really takes the wind out of you. It's not easy. So that's a great dull moment, because it's not easy to pick up the pieces and move on. Eh? Yeah, I mean, the fighter may feel bad, but trust me, the trainer feels worse, because when a fighter wins, the glory is to the fighter. But when the fighter loses, that weight is all on the shoulders of the trainer, because the trainer's got to be blamed, because you either never gave enough technical advice in the corner, or your preparation was inadequate, or you see, so there's a lot that come into play. So you start to question yourself and start to blame yourself, so it's not easy.
Training a boxer is all about intensity. One has to go hard in trying to mimic what it's going to be like in the ring. Apart from technique, lots of fast and varied movement with active rest. Boxing workouts are often long, in excess of an hour, to fit in warm-up, conditioning and drills. However, every trainer or coach has got their winning secret, and that's what makes them good at what they do.
My students, I tell them to play Don't Touch Me. The style which Sugar Ray Leonard used to play. Don't touch me. When you throw a punch, that's when you see, when that name comes out, Mosquito. That is the brand name to my life, to me. That Mosquito, when I was hitting those guys, the bigger guys to me, when he wants to come again to attack, he misses. I caught him, pa, pa, pa. When he wants to attack, I miss. So now, that's where Mosquito came in from. So all the guys which I trained, I tell them about the fast. Their hands must become like a bullet. It must be faster, like a bullet coming from a barrel of a gun.
What happens is, in professional boxing, you should know the boxer that you're fighting. And before you even go into the ring, you are into the gym. Into the gym, that's when you create how you're going to approach the opponent into the ring. So it starts from the gym. So as you'll be preparing into the gym, the first bout, the first round of the boxer is the boxer and his opponent. The coach, you're on the corner, you watch the advantages and disadvantages of your boxer on the first round. The second round, that's when you chip in on when they break. That's when you chip in, you give information. It's either you change the game plan, or you keep on with that game plan if it's on your advantage with your boxer.
There's drills we give the individual, and we identify the talent. We see how talented they are, and from there we try to nurture the talent. And everybody has a different type of way of fighting. They've got their own skill. Everyone's got a different style. So like they say in boxing, styles make fights. So you have to identify the style, which position the boxer fights from, whether it's orthodox, whether it's southpaw, you have to know. And then from there, you nurture the fighter at the time. Orthodox fighter has his right foot in front, the left foot in front, which he leads with his left hand. That's an orthodox fighter. And then the right hand lead, that's southpaw. So which means his power hand, the southpaw power hand is the left hand. And then orthodox fighter, his power hand is the right hand.
A jab is a lead hand punch thrown straight ahead with a non-dominant hand. It's not a power punch, but instead it's used to set up other punches. When in a boxing stance, it's the closest hand to the opponent, so it's used the most.
You have to make your body and your mind and everything in you to become like a magnet. You see, when I'm talking about magnet, it's like when I'm standing like this. This is the example which I can say. When I'm throwing my jab, there is a jab and move, like you're moving the first leg with a punch. Okay, there is a rhythm of it. When I'm saying I'm going with my left hook, when I'm sweeping like this, there is the way of doing that thing.
With an orthodox fighter, if you fight in a southpaw and you're not used to fighting a southpaw, it becomes challenging because the power hand now is the left, whereas you're used to the right hand, you see. And then with the southpaw fighter, it also becomes difficult because now if the orthodox fighter uses the right hand as a lead punch, it could affect his style. So it's very difficult. And as a trainer, if you also can't train against a southpaw fighter, you're just used to training orthodox, then when your fighter meets a southpaw fighter, it becomes difficult because also when they have their left foot in front, the orthodox fighter, and then the southpaw fighter has his right foot in front, they can clash. Then they start tramping over each other's toes, knees hitting each other. It becomes very awkward. So if you're not accustomed to training them in those different styles, then you're going to have a problem. A fighter will have serious problems in the ring.
Boxing is a sport of practical fighting in the ring, and the ultimate goal of boxing is to outpunch an opponent as compared to other combat sports in the martial arts sector. As such, many people from the martial arts discipline are getting help from boxing trainers to better their punching prowess. These include, amongst others, mixed martial arts and kickboxing athletes.
A lot of kickboxers, like a lot of karatekas, they only kick. They know how to kick better, like taekwondos. They only know how to kick, but they don't normally punch. So in kickboxing, you use a lot of your hands. So there is no way you can become a better fighter if you don't properly use your hands. So karatekas, a lot of karatekas, they are coming to me as a boxing coach to train them and mix those kicks with punches. For their defense, a lot of them, they are doing this for their defense, or a lot of them, they are doing this for their competition. But a better boxer, he can also become a good karateka.
Coach Sanklani is a boxer. He's a very good boxer. He's my older brother. I want his knowledge to be implemented in my kickboxers so that they will be better fighters by learning the actual art of boxing as we add what I know.
When you look to Bruce Lee, he never used one technique. It was an all-rounder technique. Akakuona kuti wewe you are a karateka, he use another style. If he sees that you are a judoka, he use another style. Akazuona kuti wewe you are a taekwondo, he use another style. Akazuona you are a wrestler, he use another style. This guy, this young man you are seeing here, is so dangerous and so terrible. And I wish if the sponsors, they came into the board for this guy to go on. He's qualified to go even for those cage fights in South Africa. Even those guys who are fighting in South Africa, I don't think they've got a match with this guy. You know, even here, they respect this guy because they know that he knows what he does.
I did martial arts. I did Shukukai, I did Kyokushinkai, and then I moved from that. I did a bit of judo, taekwondo, and but still boxing. I was so passionate about boxing.
That couldn't take his opponent out. Yeah,
As boxing continues to try reclaim its #1 status and popularity in Zimbabwe, we have taken it upon ourselves to unbundle the sporting discipline for all to appreciate, understand, and enjoy. Sport 101 will bring you the inside scoop on all sports.
but still, you got a box.